Hello, today I will be covering unlawful agreements. Unlawful object. A contract must not only be based upon mutual assent of competent party but must also have lawful object. Contracts which are unconscionable, unfair, and unreasonable and opposed to public policy are void. Moreover, an agreement is not valid if the object or consideration of an agreement is unlawful. This is as per section 23 of the Indian Contract Act. If the object of an agreement is the performance of an unlawful act, the agreement is unenforceable. For a contract to be valid, only if the object and consideration should be legal, that is, it should be lawful, it should be then and then only it will be valid. The word object means or that signifies purpose or design of the contract. An agreement will not be enforceable if its object or the consideration is unlawful. According to section 23 of the act, the consideration and the object of an agreement are unlawful in following cases. So let us discuss the cases in which the object and consideration of an agreement is unlawful. Number one, if it is forbidden by law. Number two, if consideration or object defeat the provision of any law. Number three, if it is fraudulent in nature. Number four, if it involves or implies injury to the person or property of another. And number five, if the court regards it as immoral or opposed to public policy. So let us discuss each of these ingredients one by one. If the object or consideration of an agreement is the doing of an act forbidden by law or is of such a nature that if permitted it would defeat the provision of law, the agreement is void. An act or an undertaking is forbidden by law when it is punishable under penal code, the law, or when it is prohibited by special legislation or regulation or order made under authority derived from the legislation. So an agreement forbidden by law, that is under section 23. Let us discuss with this with the example. A promises to obtain for B an employment in public service and B promises to pay rupees 1000 to A. The agreement is void as a consideration for it is unlawful. Another example, a loan granted to the guardian of a minor to enable him to celebrate the minor's marriage in contravention of the Child Marriage Restraint Act is illegal and cannot be recovered back. This was held in case of Srinivas versus Rajaram. Another example or illustration, A promises to drop prosecution which he has instituted against B for robbery and B promises to restore the value of the things taken. The agreement is void as its object is unlawful. An agreement defeating any provision of law under section 24, example, case law, Alexander versus Ryson. A leased a flat to R at a rent of pound 1200. With the object of deceiving the rating authority, two agreements were entered, one for pound 450 and one or another for pound 750. A sued R for recovery of an installment of pound 750. Hell, A could not recover and R was entitled to remain in possession of the flat, because here whatever the object of the agreement was to deceive the authority, and therefore the agreement was void, which is not enforceable. Second point, if it is of such a nature that if permitted it would defeat the provision of any law. If it defeat the provision of any law means here if the object and consideration of the agreement is of such a nature that if permitted it would defeat the provision of any law. This clause refers to case of where there being no express statutory prohibition against a particular type of contract. The nature of contract is such that it would be against the spirit of particular law. In other words, if the object or consideration of an agreement is of such nature that, though not directly forbidden by law, it would defeat the provision of the law, the agreement is void. For example, an agreement between an adoptive father and a natural father of a son, whereby adoptive father agrees to pay some money to the natural father for consideration of his giving his son in adoption. This agreement is void as being opposed to public policy of Hindu law. The third type, if it is fraudulent. If it is fraudulent, an agreement with a view to defraud others is void. If it is creating damage to person or if it is creating damage to property, in that case also such agreement is void. In case of Ram Swarup versus Bansi Mandir, B borrowed rupees 100 from L and executed a bond promising to work for L without pay for a period of 2 years. In case of default, B was to pay interest at very exorbitant rate and the principal sum of once. Held, the contract was void as it involved injury to person of B. Another example, A, B and C enter into agreement for the division among them of gains acquired or to be acquired by them by fraud. The agreement is void as its object is unlawful. Number 4, if it involves or implies injury to person or property of another. If the object of an agreement is to cause injury here means that is harm or damage to the person or property of another, it is unlawful. The term injury means criminal or wrongful harm. Thus, an agreement to commit an assault is void. For example, A borrowed rupees 100 from B. A executed a bond promising to work for B without pay for 2 years and in case of default agreed to pay interest at a very exorbitant rate and the principal amount at once. Hell, the agreement was void or contract was void. The same case, Ram Swarup versus Bansi Mandir. Number 5, if the court regards it as immoral or opposed to public policy, an agreement whose object or consideration is immoral or is opposed to public policy is void. For example, A let a cab on hire to B. B here is a prostitute, knowing that it would be used for immoral purposes, that is for luring the customer. The agreement is void. If it is immoral, in case of S. Yellappa versus Sabu, it was held that cohabitation agreement are immoral. In Sumitra Devi versus Sulekha, it was held that an agreement between a husband and wife to separate in future is immoral as it is opposed to public policy, as it is opposed to public policy and therefore it is void. An agreement opposed to public policy, again we can discuss here, trading with an alien enemy, trading with enemy, entering into an agreement with a person from country with whom India is at war. It will be considered as void agreement. Example, a trader entering into contract with China national during the war, or a trader entering into contract with Pakistani national during the Kargil war held to be opposed to public policy and therefore it is void, because trading with an enemy or alien enemy is opposed to public policy of our country and therefore it is void. Stifling prosecution, another example of opposed to public agreement opposed to public policy is, this is a perversion of natural course of law and such contracts are void. For example, A agrees to sell land to B if he does not participate in criminal proceedings against him. So this agreement is opposed to public policy and therefore it is void, because stifling prosecution is against law and therefore it is void. Agreement is void. Thank you. I will be discussing void agreement in the next lecture. Thank you.